if you find this game difficult to understand, you should watch the press conference. That was even more tough to understand, where Nepo, was talking for like 10 minutes non-stop. Like, it was very funny. He was
Really.
saying so much of stuff that I just could not understand anything. And
But
always he was so optimistic. You can see Nepo's optimism in the press conference because he thinks that he had some chances. He's so optimistic. Actually, in the game, he has like negligible chances. He was always worse.
hmm,
I mean, in the end, where he was getting optimistic.
okay.
So you should watch the press conference
I will
later on.
definitely have a look at it. But French defense was a surprise.
Yes. The thing is, Alekseenko, he's very good in Italian, and
Yeah.
in general he's very good in opening preparation. And Nepo, he's quite limited in his repertoire. He plays Grunfeld and Naidov, so probably he wanted to jump or surprise, but not like playing something like Petrov or something. Not something solid. He wanted to exploit this chance,
Hmm.
or at least he thought that with him you can take more risks.
Right.
It's also Nepo's style or his character. He's optimistic, so he would like to. Uh, that's why he sometimes has such good events, because when things are going well, he's in good form. He has the ability to convert.
Right. So he played the Winawer.
Yeah, it's very rare. I mean, if you think about it, and in this tournament,
Hmm.
the opening choices we are seeing, would you like expect it?
No, it.
Usually there's not a single QGD so far.
Yeah.
There's only one Berlin. Yeah. If
Yeah.
if there was bet, I think people would say Berlin would be the highest. But so far, they have been entertaining us.
And also Catalan is very rare. I don't see yet.
No, Catalan is very popular. It's rare in the tournament, you mean,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
yeah,
In
yeah.
the event, no one has played it yet. I think everyone is trying for some English setups and all of that. So
Yeah, I
it's.
mean, I would not have expected Winawer to happen. Nobody in their reporter has it. So
But you have played it in the past. I remember you beat Alekseenko
yeah,
with French defense. So
back
you also.
then, back then when my understanding was not so good, I used to think yes, Winawer can be played.
Now you
But
don't think it can be played?
no, because I've played some few games with white
Yeah.
in this, and then I realized why was I playing it with black? It's not so bad. It's not a bad opening, of course, but you need a different kind of ability to play it.
What
Uh,
kind of
there
ability?
are there are many, like, completely closed positions. For example, you need to like those positions. Also, it can get really out of control, uh, and it can get really messy. If you're
Hmm.
not well prepared, it can backfire and all kinds of stuff. Just these are like many reasons, just to not play Winner for me.
It
But there are
doesn't
people.
it doesn't suit your style, but if it does suit someone, it is playable.
Yeah, of course. It's If you analyze any opening, I think you can kind of play it.
Correct. Okay, a3 takes, and here instead of queen g4, which is I guess one of the most theoretical lines, he played
Yeah,
h4.
yeah. Because in Queen G4, if you have not revised your notes, it's easy to forget.
Yes,
So
h4,
H4 is more like positional.
queen c7. But what's the point of this sort of pawn push? Just pushing the pawn for space, or
Yes, you're trying to gain more space. Usually you play H5, H6. Um, in this line, it's like White claims that he has the positional trumps or
hmm,
strategic trumps. He has two bishops. The dark squares are weak, and he will try to play on a4, bishop a3, or h5, and then rook lift to rook g4. Basically, he has more space, and he's trying to exploit it in a more positional way.
okay,
It's an approach. There's nothing wrong with it.
yeah, queen c7, knight f3, b6. And I think the main idea is to play bishop a6 and exchange
Right,
these bishops.
right.
So that's why this check.
Yeah, yeah. You have to misplace the bishop.
Then PT7.
But bishop e2 is strange. Bishop d3, if I remember, is the move.
Yeah, because you want black to play c4 and then come back, correct?
Yeah, if you close it, then you have a free hand on the king side where you are already kind of better. You can
Right.
play h5 and stuff like that. So black would like to keep it open at least for some time to gain more counterplay.
Hmm.
I remember, after bishop d3, I think Situraman, I remember some old game where he even played bishop c8 back
Ah,
to play bishop a6.
okay.
You cannot play queen e2 because there's c4. That's why I remember this line.
And
Uh,
then maybe something like this is possible, right? I mean, here and then you again, basically you want white to take, I
it's
mean, black to take,
Yeah,
and
it's possible, but I'm not sure if it's good because you can take and then play a6. You already lost one strategic advantage of two bishops. Yeah?
hmm, hmm,
And unless you gain something in return for it, it's not usually worth it.
right.
It's But bishop e2 is strange because after bishop a4, now you are attacking on c2, yeah,
Hmm.
and bishop would of course be better placed on d3. I don't know. I don't think he was in preparation for sure.
Yeah, just playing over the board, he castled, and here can he win a pawn like CD or not yet? I guess.
Even if you can, you should not. Like many times, white gives up pawns to open up the position. I think if someone wants to study this line, there was this famous game, Kasparov played against.
Kasparov was white.
Yeah, Kasparov was white. I'm just trying to recall who was the black player. It was very instructive game. My memory fails me when I need it the most.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think not many people have dared to play French
Yeah, so
Winawer
just
against Kasparov. So if you just look at it, you will find it.
right. So Nepo played knight d7. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty quickly. So, but with Nepo, we don't know if he's in opening or not, if he's in preparation or not. He just anyways plays quickly.
Correct. Also, you can't really expect your opponent to play bishop e2. So perhaps he
Yeah,
is already out.
and in French Winawer, this is the best you can get.
Yeah.
So Black should be very satisfied, and he has nothing to complain for. He is not in any immediate danger.
Hmm.
I think I would. I think Black is completely fine. So opening wise, Alekseenko lost the edge. I would feel.
Correct. I think general strategy of his opponents has been to play something which he's not expecting and then try to outplay him like Caruana did yesterday, and now Nepo is doing that to him.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt if Nepo would play French again in this tournament.
Yeah. Rook a2, knight f5, bishop f4, queen c6.
Yeah, the idea is to play Bishop b5 and again exchange the bishop. Pretty logical.
Hmm.
Also, I think there was one cute move instead of Queen c6. I don't know if it works to play Knight f6.
Ah, and then you can get your knight.
Yeah, it's the drawback of the last move.
Yeah.
Looks good when you see it,
Yeah,
right?
it
I
looks
mean,
very nice.
when the knight comes on e4, it will be very unpleasant.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, black could have tried it, although I feel like bishop d3 and then somehow
Knight
this
e4.
near okay to.
Yeah, you have active pieces. You have counterplay. It's messy. Typical French position where nobody knows what's happening.
Yeah, just take knight d2 or
Even if you get knight e4, there's no big deal, right? I have knight on f5.
yeah, you can take cd and
Yeah, maybe I can take cd or play queen c6. Why not?
hmm.
Somehow white. I don't like how white handled the opening. Definitely not the right way to punish.
Rook b2 here,
Yeah, to again stop
a6.
a6. Yeah, queen c5 is a mistake. He should have taken with the pawn. With queen c4. Yeah, and now white doesn't have the d4 square, which is key, which you'll notice in the game.
Hmm. Maybe he
And now,
didn't want c4 here, or
yeah, but then dc just simply nothing.
dc and then put your bishop on b5.
Yeah,
Okay.
queen c5 gives the d4 square. Now the c3 pawn is not so valuable because at some point I imagine white can play bishop d3. Even if you give the c3 pawn, you have a lot of play. You can take on f5. You can put the rook on b4, and somehow it just feels that white's play is easy.
Yes.
And rook before he played b5, completely locking the bishop. Very strange. I think Nepo lost the thread here.
Yeah. Something like what he did yesterday.
Yeah.
d3.
Now white played rook to b4, not him.
Yeah. Against Grischuk, it was Nepo who played rook b1, rook b4. Yeah. His opponent. bd2, knight c6, queen e2. I think white's position suddenly looks very nice. The rook
Yeah,
can swing
the rook
over.
on b4 is not so valuable now because all his other pieces are good and the bishop on a4 is locked out. That said, queen e2 is imprecise. There was a better way to give the exchange. Rook e1
Hmm.
because knight b4 ab, and now if Nepo plays queen c7 like in the game, you can
Yeah.
play knight d4 if knight e5 is met with bishop f4. And now you have ideas like queen g4, h5, and it's just very nasty.
Right. So why
But
why can't he
in
do that in the game?
because now if you play knight d4, there's queen e5. Yeah,
Okay. Queen takes e5.
yeah, that's the problem
So he played rook f e1.
in the game. Yeah, but it allowed him this time to play knight b8 and to exchange the knight on d4. Such small
Yeah.
points matter a lot. Still, white has a big edge. Look at the bishop on a4, completely out of the game.
This is a horrible piece.
They say knight on the edge is bad, but bishop on a4 is giving tough competition.
Yeah.
Queen g4, knight d4 cd, and at this point I think I joined the commentary. Somewhere I was watching Nepo's press conference. Yeah, g6 was kind of a bluff. He should have played g5. And now if you play g, you open the h file, which will give you some counterplay. Otherwise, white has to play h5. And the game is very complicated. Cannot say something. It's like the game still goes on. But
Right.
g6 loses on the spot to bishop g6.
Yeah, it was.
Probably Kirill, he was low on time. Yeah, he had like 15 minutes. Yeah, bishop g6 is just busted.
But also the lines are not so easy. Like after takes, queen e6, queen e7, check, king f7. I think white has to find something like h5.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not so easy. I think they were discussing queen g6 during the conference, king d7 and queen b6. Oh, not queen c6. Queen b6. The idea is to play e6. Also not so bad, but yeah, what you suggested is the critical way. Queen c6, king f7 and h5 to open up the g file. That's the point,
Yeah,
because gh5 you bring the rook, and now you have this annoying checks on f3 and g3.
So
Yeah,
the
I
point
mean
is,
it's tough.
instead of h5, if I go rook e3, then the king can just sit on g7 very safe.
Yes. No, I think now you can simply even play rook c8 now,
Rook c8, yeah.
because there's no check on g3.
But if in the game after h5, take, now rook e3, then rook
You have
c8,
checks.
check, king here, check, and then queen moves to g6.
Yeah, it's very much possible to miss it,
Yeah.
but probably even if he doesn't find it, there were other options. But yeah, I can understand when you're low on time, when you don't see it something clear, it's possible to not go for it.
Right. So h5, gh, queen h5. But even
Also,
here, it seemed like white is doing pretty okay.
yeah, you cannot take on c2. There is rook c1.
Yeah.
But after king b8, you are threatening to play bishop c2 actually. Because let's say if you play just for the sake of
So
showing the line,
f5.
yeah, there's bishop c2, rook c1, and now queen b6.
Ah, nice point.
Because this problem. Oh yeah, but he played c3, and now the bishop comes back in the game. King f2, and now okay, I think a5 ba computer was showing king a8. I don't know why, but it was one of the moves. But yeah, the queen a5 is pretty normal, and it was a forced draw after that. Queen a5, queen f7, queen a2, queen e6, just perpetual. It was a well fought game. I mean, credit to Nepo for trying to win with black. It's not an easy decision to take, but it kind of backfired after he misplayed. Uh,
Yeah, I think the
if
critical moment was to take here with the pawn.
Yeah, if he had taken with the pawn, he would still. It would be an equal game.
Yeah.
It would be a fight. After queen c5, I don't like black's position so much.
Right. So nicely analyzed. I think we have greater understanding of the Winawer variation now.